What's going on, everybody? Adam EposVox here. Now my chair is too low. Struggling with my current setup to tell you about my brand new YouTube setup. My equipment. I can't show you the setup or the studio just yet. It's coming very soon. I literally just got everything in, or what should be everything that I need to finish up the studio today. If you're unaware, if you've been living under a rock, not paying attention to what videos I've been putting up or what I've been saying on Twitter, social media, come follow me if you're not already. We moved apartments, we moved into a bigger place, which means I had to completely tear everything down, build everything back up, and completely redesign my workflow, my studio space, and everything. It's been a mess. We've been moving for about a month now. Well, okay, we started moving a month ago, and I'm only just at a point where I can start finishing up the studio and the like. There's been a lot of problems with the unit itself. There's been a lot of issues, at least financially, with setting up the studio in the first place, but I'm finally here, messy hair and all. I do desperately need a haircut before I start shooting real videos to show you, because I got some new gear. We're moving into 2015? We're moving into 2015, guys. We're just undoing all of 2016. That would be really nice. No, we're moving into 2017 with going to be what should be 50,000 subscribers. Huge thanks for that. And just a whole, a new workflow, a new system, and I just want to kick butt. And so I actually was able to get some new gear. Now, I did have to put it on credit, and it's more of an investment, but this is the biggest investment in camera gear or production gear or anything I've made in the channel in one singular purchase instead of over time in the channel since 2012, which is when I bought my T3i that you're watching me on right now, that I may not even be in focus with at the moment because I've been fighting with my current gear while trying to make you a video about my new gear. I don't know. But yeah, biggest purchase, singular, since 2012 when I bought my original camera. It served me well. It will continue to serve me well. I'm not done with it yet, and it's certainly still going to be my main stills camera because I have so many lenses for it. But I picked up and almost dropped a motherfucking Panasonic G7. Now this came from strong recommendations from Dimitri from Hardware Canucks, so many thanks to him for giving me the confidence to actually make the purchasing decision. Over the weekend for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that kind of stuff, it actually went on sale for about 500 bucks, although it looks like it may be staying there now. Still fantastic freaking price for a 4K capable mirrorless camera. And I picked up a Rokinon 12mm aperture 2.2 Cine lens. This is my first legit lens purchase I've ever made, so for both of these together, I'm equally terrified and excited because I've never actually been able to get good glass. And this crazy part is this is all cheaper than what I paid for my basic T3i kit in 2012. It's crazy how things change. And then there's a lot of stuff. Like I said, the whole studio's changing. We've got a couple things in normal Amazon boxes here that I will go ahead and open up as well that relate to this that I just didn't get a chance to open up yet. But let's start with the camera and the lens, because this is what I'm most excited for, because this is what I will be getting the most use out of in many ways. And the hair's just gonna get crazier over the course of the video, so deal with it. Opening up the camera here, what do we have in the box? This should be fairly straightforward. Again, this is the Panasonic Lumix G7. It is a 4K mirrorless optional accessories that of course we don't have because they're optional. We've got a bag of CD drivers, software, and user manuals. Probably not going to use these for anything. Just going to set them here for now. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I just realized that my camera might be on auto from where I was doing other stuff with it, so I do apologize if the light changes just a little bit here. What else we got in the box here? We've got a lens hood. Woo, piece of plastic. Nice. There's the lens itself. So it did come with a kit lens as well, which is really nice because this is a zoom lens and it should have autofocus, although I'm not seeing a switch on here, so I have to make sure of that. But this is a 14 to 42mm zoom lens that comes with it, which will give me a little bit more control. It's such a tiny little lens compared to my Canon lenses. Focus ring, zoom ring, fairly straightforward, still feels really nice, and if the GH4 that I rented was any indication, this is still going to be infinitely better than anything I've owned thus far. And we've got a camera strap here. I'm just going to leave that in the packaging for now. What's behind this box? Oh, hey, it did come with a charger. Okay, so we've got a basic battery here. I wonder what the milliamp hours on this are because in one of these boxes I also have more battery accessories here. We've got a basic 1200 milliamp hour battery, no big deal. Then we've got our battery charger, which I'm just gonna leave in here actually, in a micro, no, that's a mini. I don't know, that may be a proprietary USB cable. I'm not worried about either of those. Just gonna drop those back in the box. And then we have our camera body itself. Still feels kind of heavy. There might be something else in there. We'll look in a second. And I did want to go ahead and mention while I'm throwing stuff around here, I did pick this up from B&H. I do believe the Amazon price has caught up as well, but I do have an affiliate link now for B&H Photo Video. So if you end up shopping there, I will post the affiliate link in the description below. I'm not sponsored by them. I haven't received any products from them. I just have an affiliate link for them, like my Amazon affiliate link. And if you ever go shopping on B&H, I do appreciate it if you use my link. And if you want a general link to their website on the whole, let me know as well. But just want to throw it out here. So here is the Panasonic G4 itself. Now I went with the more silver-y body, as the all black stuff seemed just a little too commonplace for me. And the first thing I'm noticing here is this is super light compared to my T3i. Now granted, this has no lens on it or battery in it or anything like that, but even when the T3i is more empty, it's a lot heavier than this. Now granted, that's because it's a mirrorless, so when I pull off the lens cap, that is the sensor right there. But I don't know, it feels really, really light. We've got this was very important to me, the flip out and rotatable screen, just like my T3i. There's a lot of DSLRs right now coming out. And actually I can just leave that open and shut it back on the back for normal usage. It's a big thing that I'm seeing in a lot of modern DSLR and mirrorless reviews, is that they're coming more and more with a touchscreen that only flips a certain way. And the higher end Canon cameras also only flip a certain way. Can't imagine why, but that's really annoying. They need to get better about engineering. All right, we've got a mic input jack on the side here, which I probably won't use because you cannot turn off the auto gain control effectively. We've got auto-focusing switches from face, normal autofocus, or autofocus continuous, autofocus set or face, and manual focus, and then a lock button for that. Flash button, couple manual programmable buttons, normal menu buttons. I do believe it's a touchscreen as well. We've got a little filler here for the hot shoe that I'm just gonna leave in because I'll probably never actually use a actual hot shoe accessory. Got the usual mode dial, on off switch, a couple other dials, shutter button here, record button. On the right here, we also have the micro HDMI port, a terrible port, but the G7 can output the full uncompressed 4K at 422 8-bit. Which means I can hook it up to something like my AVIO 4K that I just reviewed. There will be a combo video coming soon, and potentially record essentially lossless 4K. So I will be doing a video comparing that to the internally recorded 4K. I don't really have any programs or setups that I have a good workflow for to actually record full uncompressed, but I could set it up with the NVIDIA encoder codec to do a lossless format and try to do it that way. We'll see. And then under here, under the battery compartment, that is also where the SD card goes as well. All right, and it just has a basic lock. I kind of like that. Again, super light. Go ahead and open up the lens as well here. And it may not seem like it to you guys, since I've been posting videos like mad because my workflow is amazing and I have so many videos in the pipeline at any given time. But it's actually been a long time since I've been in front of the camera like this, and has me a little nervous. I don't know what I'm doing, and my hair is all whoo. I don't know. All right, so this is a lens. Lens unboxings aren't super exciting. We've got some paperwork saying don't break it, don't be a dummy. Here's all the cool stuff about it. We've got a very, very nice little carrying bag for it, which I would expect at the price of this lens. Then we have the lens itself. Oh, comes with its own lens hood pre-attached, and the worst way to display it. So if I can take that off, I'm not sure how it's attached at the moment. Usually they just screw on backwards, but oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't want that on there. I don't really use lens hoods much. I don't have a reason for it. All right, so this is, I'm gonna go ahead and you can get a look at how wide that is. On the Micro Four Thirds sensor, it's actually gonna look really, really good for my up close shots and some creative work I'm gonna get. So this is a Cine lens, which means it's very, very high quality glass. The lens itself is mostly made of a metal feeling material that feels really nice, heavy as can be. It's got focus rate or aperture speed from 2.2 all the way up to 22. and then a focus distance, or a focus ring here. Both of the rings, the aperture and the focus ring, have these little notches on them that allow you to set up like a focus puller or something like that on like a rig, which is pretty cool. And in the past, I was trying to set something like that up and couldn't, you know, control my lenses that way. So that may be something to benefit me in the future. Right now, I don't care about. What is cool though is the aperture is unclicked, which means I can freely spin it between any of the aperture numbers. Makes moving shot, or like changing it mid-shot, a lot easier. Makes changing it in general a lot easier because I can just find that exact point I want. And it just looks really cool to see the little aperture blades moving in and out as I do it. But very, very nice. I've not had a quality lens in my life yet, so that's pretty cool. All right, get rid of all this. Over here I also have some stuff we'll just go through really, really quick. If you can see behind me, I've also built a badass workbench with my dad. He's the greatest. He helped me build a lot of this. I've got a desk here for my unboxing table. The surface is already destroyed, so I gotta get some sort of desk mat or something to cover the whole thing. But then my dad and I also built an awesome workbench that's gonna be huge for a lot of projects coming up. And it's got a pegboard that goes pretty much all the way to the ceiling. And I wanna put stuff on the pegboard. And we got a basic kit, but then I picked up a lot of these goofy little accessories and shelves and hooks and stuff. And that's what's in here. Along with some huge ass bolts to bolt it to the wall and some shelf hangers and hooks for my sound blankets. Ugh. These things are heavy as hell. These are Producer's Choice sound blankets from vocalbooth2go.com. That is not a sponsored spot. I paid a lot of money for this. They were on back order. I had to pre-order them, but they had a huge sale if you went ahead and pre-ordered while they were still on back order. Got 6 of them. The whole package weighed like 50 pounds. It was all beat up because the FedEx man, or guy, or girl, woman, whoever, couldn't actually like lift it to the door. Like I had to drag it into the apartment. But big, giant sound blankets to cover the window, the doorway. We may use it to cover a patio door in our bedroom because it's so noisy from outside. Just kills so much more sound than basic foam tiles, which you can see I already got set up over there anyway. But those are going to be huge for sound treating this environment. I've not put anything up yet, so if it's echoey in here already, I apologize. But I got some hooks to hang those. Hopefully they're good enough. These blankets are heavy, like I said, and so you need quite a bit of hooking power and wall power. I've already ripped a couple shelves out of the wall because I didn't anchor them or anything. So I'm not super confident in my ability to keep things hung properly, but we shall see. All right, we got some more stuff and then we will test the camera here real quick. Basic Amazon box. I don't know which is actually in this here, so let's go ahead and get it open. Oh yeah, and I don't know, this has kind of showed up in a couple videos, but I haven't talked about it yet, and it hasn't been like forefront of many videos yet, but this is my new unboxing knife from elementalknives.com. Again, not a sponsored spot, don't even have an affiliate program, paid my money for it, but got a good discount on it, and pretty cool. Ever since I started YouTube, I wanted an unboxing knife. I've always just had basic pocket knives. And so eventually when I had a little extra money, I went ahead and splurged on it for myself. Tax write-off, why not? Okay, so this is not studio related directly. This is a pair of Soho headphones from Harman Kardon, which were $200 back in 2013, but $20 in 2016 on a holiday sale. I want to see what's so good about them since I've been doing a lot of headphone reviews and they do really well on my channel. Should be pretty cool. You can look forward to that. And then this should be the actual camera accessories here. I don't know how the hell this box opens. Guess we'll open it upside down, because why not? And to those wondering, yes, that is an actual iMac back there. That seems like blasphemy for me. And again, follow me on Twitter if you don't know what's going on with that. I don't have any experience, literally zero experience with OS X or Mac OS. And I haven't used Mac or, Apple's operating system since the old Power Mac G4 days with the little blue and green Macs. And so I needed to just add to my resume and my experience, wealth of knowledge and all that jazz in the first place, on top of I want to be able to do Mac tutorials, Final Cut tutorials, add Final Cut to my resume as a video editor, and so on. So I have a colleague who let me borrow his for a little bit, and we'll see what the hype's all about. Knocking stuff off again. All right, this is camera related as well. Sweet. All right, this is the last of it. So everything is pretty much here for my new setup at this point. We've got, all right, this is a replacement or duplicate battery for my camera. And it's supposed to be, it doesn't say the size on it. Oh no, it's 1200 milliamp hours as well. So I have 2 batteries, which is important for me. My T3i, I had 2 batteries and I was constantly charging and using them. One of them died altogether pretty much, so then I was back to the one that came with it. It's a mess. So I got 2 batteries and then I got this Watson, I'm not gonna open it right now, but Watson Duo charger for them. It charges both of them, shows like the battery status, how much battery is in there, how long it needs to charge, so on. Pretty freaking badass. Gonna make my workflow a whole lot greater, better, something or another. And it's gonna sit up nicely on my workbench. It's downstairs, but I also grabbed a giant 4-foot power strip to line underneath this workbench. It's gonna be a really cool setup, so I'm just gonna keep hyping it up and not be able to show you much at all. All right, that's it for the actual unboxing. So let's go ahead and get the G7 set up here. I'm gonna use the kit lens to start, just so we have familiar territory for it. Go ahead and pop the battery in here and hope that it has some sort of charge on it. And same thing with the lens, although the lens obviously doesn't need a charge. And this is also my first time really using Micro Four Thirds mount, which means none of my current lenses work with it, which doesn't matter because I don't have any good ones and I have 2 new ones for this one, but it's a new experience overall. All right, we have ourselves, all right, language set, English, clock set. I don't know what time it is. I will set that later. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really cool. Whee! What I do love about the new cameras too is that the preview screen is actually 60 frames a second, which, or you know, refreshes at a much higher refresh rate than like my T3i does. My T3i only refreshes at 30, so it just looks like more fluid than real life in the preview. I loved that when I was renting the GH4. All right, we've got, let's kick that over into video mode here. Oh wow, okay. So the 4K output on this actually records to 100 megabits per second, which is really good. And it's still, even with the lens and battery, it's lighter than my T3i is, like with a lens and battery. It's pretty crazy. So it would work for a vlog camera. I do have an arm coming in tomorrow or Friday. So technically everything's not here yet, but tomorrow or Friday I'm getting a mounting arm in. That's gonna go above my computer monitor, and I'm actually gonna use this as a webcam as well. Gonna be a pretty cool setup. So just wanted to show off my gear here. I will put in a couple sample video clips and photos. We're gonna switch over to our Cine lens real quick, just because I am hyped for that. And to make sure it actually works out okay. There's not a red dot. Oh, there's a red dot. There's a much bigger and heavier lens. Again, still not super heavy compared to the T3i. Much wider field of view. I am so excited. This is my first time having a good 4K camera, first time buying a like higher end camera other than the T3i, first time with the Cine lens, first time building a whole studio at once and actually putting it together like this. Like everything else has been like a mishmash over time. This has been, I'm gonna make a more friggin' good studio. So I am hyped. Hope you enjoyed this very strange video. Consider it a channel update if nothing else. New gear, new attitude, sort of new studio. Gonna be awesome. New studio tour coming soon as it's ready. And office tour, because our computer office is actually separate from the studio itself. All about that noise treatment, bro. So smash the like button if you enjoyed. Get subscribed for more awesome videos. Got lots of great stuff in the pipeline, stuff that probably went up this week from the week that I'm shooting it. Maybe I'll get this up over the weekend or something. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.